Good evening, ma'am. So nice to have you on our show today. So
Thank you for
let's
having
start.
me. Yes.
Okay. So on behalf of All India Council Human Rights, Liberties and Social Justice and National Council for News and Broadcasting, in support with Safeguarding NGO Children, Seva Samiti Uttar Pradesh, Bhavishya Education and Performing Arts Foundation, Delhi, International Human Rights Commission, Voices on the Mount, Africa, I welcome our guest speaker today, Mrs. Meetu Chawla. She is a certified by International Coach Federation as personal success coach. Her expertise in coaching students on achieving success. She has been certified by Teachers College, Columbia University, USA on the success of learning. She is a founder of Positive Youth Engagement After School program called Thinking Hearts. She has been radio chat show host at Bol Hyderabad 90.4 FM for children and also been a TEDx speaker. She has been associated with British Council on various international schools and conferences. She has been founder of Thinker's Mind. We welcome you, ma'am, today.
Thank you, Kaushaki. Good evening, everyone. So as Kaushaki just informed all of you, I'm a personal success coach. And my coaching niche is to work with students and youth for academic achievement and personal development. I impart trainings for teens for college readiness and build their personal profiles. I'm very invested in the well-being of and growth of every child, teen, and youth. That means it's very important for me to create and build systems to support their journey. And because all this involves parents as well, so I'm very passionate about parenting. So that is how I'm here talking about how should one parent a 21st century child. What are the things and skills that one needs to start developing, and what is so different about parenting from the previous times?
Exactly. So today our topic, of course, is about raising our 21st century child, and we would be talking about a lot about and knowing a lot about the topic from you. So going ahead, let's wait for 5 to 10 minutes to let our audience join, and we can then start with the session.
Sure, sure.
So, what do you think? What is happening today? Why children are so different from the previous type of raising? Like we were supposed to raise our child so easily before, and now it's a hectic job. So, what's the difference between the two?
So everything is evolving. It's not that it has happened suddenly. In today's time, if we look at children, they have a lot to juggle also. So that is also an issue that they have to. There is the internet and the gadgets that were not there previously. So that takes a major chunk of their time. Then there are so many classes and activities that they are juggling with. There is so much pressure on children now because as families are becoming smaller, all the focus is on children and their growth. So a lot is changing in the society. The world is becoming more global. You can just from the palm of your hand know what is happening in US, what issues are important to the world. So all that is impacting the world, the way students are looking at the world, the way they look at themselves in relation to the world. So, and that is bringing about a lot of psychological and behavioral changes as well in them. So one of the key things is that evolving with the new century, all the families are changing. And as we start our talk, I will go much more in detail in this, that how these things are impacting the way children are growing up in today's time, and also the responsibility that parents have to shape up these children. So, as we always knew that parenting doesn't have any set rules, I think every parent also needs to evolve with changing times, with changing scenarios, and that is very important for parents to start understanding and looking around them, and then taking a call that, you know, what is the best for their child and how they can raise their children to be ready for the future.
Exactly. Exactly. So, like, is there any difference between the type of parents also? Like, in today's world, parents are working. Both parents are working. Either the families are disputed. So, is that impact the parenting? Like, this is something like I have been facing as a teacher. I have been facing with the children that they are coming up with the problems when they have such kind of parents. So, is there any impact on that?
Absolutely. A family, I think, plays a very pivotal role, and much of our talk will also focus on that. But also the changing family scenarios. Many people are moving to urban cities with busy lifestyles, both parents working. And now, even, in many recent times across the globe, if you see, children also are living in very different kind of families. Maybe, the society norms are also changing. So sometimes the mom is the primary breadwinner and there's a stay-at-home dad, and the other things, as we will discuss when the talk progresses. That is definitely playing a big role in the way children are looking around themselves, to the parents, to the family members, and learning knowingly, unknowingly, all these things, and their characters are being built up. A lot of mental health challenges we are seeing now, because of shrinking families also, and support systems vanishing. So those are definitely reasons for all the things that we are seeing in children these days.
True, true, very true. Exactly, and very nicely explained. Thank you so much. Now, moving to the next question for our audience today. What are the top skills and attitude that parents need to focus on building in their child?
Okay, so first I would like to start with just to focus on how parenting is, drastically different from the previous time. We just mentioned a little bit of that. So one of the ways it has evolved is, as I said, that family and friends and health. The second theme that I can focus on how it has changed for children over the years is that now the physical and mental health, is at the center. So children are very conscious of their body images. They are following celebrities and influencers online, and they are trying to emulate them and trying to dress up like them, be like them. So that is an added pressure on them. Also, mental health challenges, what they are going through because of substance abuse, eating disorders, anxiety, depression. And the third most prominent theme, if I have to say, which is setting this whole parenting thing very challenging, is the advent of the digital world. Right, because
True,
of the internet and the social media, now more time children are spending with their gadgets and online than with actual with their parents, or spending time playing with their friends. What this is also doing is that it is harming, it's coming in the way of the development of the social emotional skills. So that also is a big thing that is coming in the way of a normal parenting that we used to always talk about. So I think, as I was saying, it's very important that parents now have to look around them, see how the world has changed, and how can they raise a future ready child. So in the sense that is my parenting style going to be a disadvantage to my child? What are the skills that I need to be teaching my child right now to be successful as an adult? So, keeping this in mind and coming to your question about the top skills and attitudes a parent have to, know about. So, future of jobs is evolving. That is the fundamental thing first. So as an adult, when these children grow up, they are looking at very different kind of careers and jobs. The society infrastructure is also evolving. So, for example, earlier, what did life mean? That you had the first phase of your life, which was the education phase or the learning phase. And you were supposed to, develop skills. You were going to school to acquire knowledge. And it was all to do with imbibing information. And then there was the working phase where you had to, use these skills to earn a living, maybe contribute to a
True.
society, build a family. It was as simple as that for so many years in the last century.
Exactly.
But what has happened now is that there is artificial intelligence and automation, which has significantly changed the game. There are going to be in the future so many jobs that will be lost completely. Those jobs are going to disappear. Many more different kind of jobs that we don't know about today are going to be created. But one thing is very certain, that the future is going to be very different than what we are used to. So in that
Exactly.
scenario, for a parent, whenever they come to me for coaching, and whenever I have parenting workshops or workshops with teenagers, this is the question that everyone is concerned about, that when we don't know what the future will look like, then what do we teach our children? What are the skills
Exactly.
that we focus on that are going to matter in the coming years? So a few
Exactly.
pointers that I always share with them is that look at the future. What is it telling you when we see the trends now? Jobs are going to be very fluid. That means one person is going to have multiple roles within the company, or maybe work for multiple companies in different capacities. Making an impact to your community, to the world, to your society is going to be very important. So one needs to kind of know what their purpose is, what are the values that they live by. And the third very significant change again is going to be that man and machine both are going to work together, which has
Exactly.
already started. And so
Right.
for children of today to survive and to be successful in that scenario, it's going to be very important for them to have skills that prepare them for those things. Um, so what is going wrong in today's time is that there's a lot of cramming and rote learning that we are focusing on. We are still focusing on that, even in schools, at homes, in tuitions. Now we used to do cramming before because information was very important to us, to learn, to have that information. Whoever had the knowledge and the information was king at one point of time. From TEDx talks, you can learn from YouTube channels, free online courses. So today we do not need too much information and don't need skills like those. What
Exactly.
we need
Exactly.
is how to use that information. How do I apply that information? What do I do with this information? Why is this information important? That is going to be the key, number one key for students. So, many of the experts now, the pedagogical experts, and, you are in education, you would know, are now emphasizing on the 4 C's that we say that are going to be very important skills for 21st century. And that is critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity. So these
All the soft
are
skills,
now the,
all the soft skills.
yes, of all soft skills, because they are tangible. So even if the future is uncertain, we don't know where this child is going to fit as an adult, in which job in the future. But these are the skills that are going to really give them an edge. The other attitude or mindset to have is a growth mindset, which is to not give up, to develop resilience, to learn from your failures, to plan. These are the skills: problem solving, decision making. These are the skills that are really going to be important as these children of today become adults and move out of education to the job area.
Scenario.
And if they are not developing these skills today, then they are really going to be disadvantaged as an adult, as a person in society, and also as a professional.
Ma'am,
So,
please check your connection. Your connection is getting disconnect in between the talks, so your voice was breaking. So please, if you can just check your connection for a while.
okay, my connection looks okay, Kaushaki. Uh,
Okay, it's buffering because your side is buffering.
okay, so now is it better?
Yeah, it's better. Let's continue. Yes.
Maybe I'll just speak a little with little slower. Maybe if I'm speaking fast, it's not.
No, you go. You are telling so nicely. Like I'm involving in your talks, and I'm like, okay, okay. Like this is something I'm learning. So that's very nice of you. And you talk you touched a very beautiful topic of soft skills and education, because we are not teaching the soft skills in education. Now
Yes,
teachers are getting aware. Now we are getting aware, and now that's why we are having the webinar sessions and having the personal coaches like you, who are giving the sessions to the students to come out of the fears, to get out and to talk about their things. So thank you so much for all the